Okay, let's talk about the gospel. You know, the central message of Christianity. It's a huge, complex story, right? But what if you could unlock its entire scope with just 5 key words? Well, based on the source material for this explainer, we're going to do just that, using 5 simple words, originally in Spanish, to show you the full picture.
It's a massive question, isn't it? I mean, how do you really boil down centuries of belief, this huge idea of good news, into just its core essence? Well, there's actually a traditional shorthand that many Christians have been using for a long, long time. For generations, this 4-word summary has been the bedrock. You've got Cristo, that's Christ, the anointed one. Then murió, he died, the ultimate sacrifice. Then resucitó, he rose, the incredible victory over death. And finally, Escrituras. It was all according to the scriptures, the fulfillment of this ancient promise. It's an incredibly powerful and simple message.
And they absolutely do. I mean, this sequence just nails the story of redemption that's so central to the faith. You've got the mission, the sacrifice, the victory, and the proof in the scriptures. It feels like a complete circle. But is it?
See, this is where things get really, really interesting. Because while that 4-part summary is powerful, the source we're looking at today says there's a crucial piece of the puzzle missing. A piece that, honestly, changes the entire scope of the message.
So what is this missing piece? What's the word that truly completes the story? The one that takes it from being just a personal story of salvation to something way, way bigger?
Ascendió. Ascended. That's the word. This single word, so often just skimmed over, is what our source argues is the absolute capstone of the entire gospel message. It's not just some epilogue, it's the coronation. So, why is the ascension so critical? Why all the fuss about this one word? Well, because it's not just about Jesus leaving. It's about where he went and what that established for good. It's all about authority.
Right. So the ascension isn't just Jesus floating up into the clouds. In Christian theology, this moment signifies his official enthronement. This is the moment he takes his seat as the ruling king over, well, over everything. Not just people, but all of creation. And this quote is the key that unlocks it all. Right after his resurrection, but just before he ascends, Jesus makes this incredible claim. This isn't just a spiritual teacher talking. This is a declaration of total, absolute sovereignty. The ascension, then, is the visible proof, the public ceremony confirming that authority. And here's where you see the night and day difference. Without the word ascended, the gospel is often seen as a really wonderful message about personal salvation and forgiveness, which it is. But with ascended, the story just explodes in scale. It becomes this public announcement that a new king is on the throne of the entire universe. And this quote from Ephesians, wow, it just drives home the cosmic scale we're talking about. The point of the ascension wasn't to create distance, but to fill all things. Think about that. It means his presence and his authority are established everywhere, in every single corner of reality. His reign isn't far away, it's right here, and it's all-encompassing. Okay, so now let's pull it all together and see how these 5 keys build one single, powerful story. You can actually see the narrative building here. It starts with Cristo, the promised king. Then he dies, murió, making that ultimate covenant sacrifice. He rises, resucitó, proving his victory over death. This all fulfills the promise of the scriptures, escritoras. And the entire story is crowned by his ascension, ascendió, where he takes up his enthroned authority. You see how each step just leads right into the next, all culminating in his universal kingship. So in the end, these aren't just 5 separate ideas on a list. They're 5 acts in one grand, sweeping story. You can't really get the full weight of the sacrifice without the resurrection, and you can't grasp the true meaning of that victory without the ascension and the enthronement that follows. It's all connected. So, okay, why does remembering this 5th word actually matter so much? It's not just some dusty theological detail. It has huge implications for how the gospel is understood and how it's lived out today. So the big takeaway here is this.
The story of salvation doesn't just end with an empty tomb, it concludes with a filled throne. The ascension is what establishes Christ's supreme authority over literally everything, from governments to galaxies to our own lives. And that's why the source material calls for this complete 5-word message to be proclaimed. It's a message not just about a personal savior, but about a reigning king and his kingdom.
And that leaves us with one final thought. It's not just about knowing 5 words. It's about understanding the complete story they tell, a story of a king who died, rose, and ascended to his throne. Acknowledging that 5th word changes everything, shifting the message from being only personal to being truly cosmic. So the question is, what does that change for you?